They made this push about new media, right? And a lot of people, especially us here, like we're a little guy, but we're trying. We want to get more involved. We want to have a seat at the White House. And they say we're going to have new media. We're going to invite everybody. Anybody can apply. And it's been a month and a half, and we haven't heard a peep. Like we don't even know. I mean, do you think they're living up to their kind of promise of new media in the White House? Because to me, it looks like it's just all the same old people. You know what I mean?
Let me answer it this way. I would do it very differently.
You would.
And I have provided a lot of documentation about ways to do this, and I think they've taken some of it and they've left out some of it. But one of my recommendations was, we should divide that room in half. Let the WHCA control half the room, and then let other organizations like mine control the other half. And instead of having assigned seats for all of those spots, have delegates. So, NWHCA, my organization, I would propose delegates. So you'd have someone who's in the room who has, say, 50 or 60 members that they represent, kind of like you would do in Congress. And each of those 60 members, they would fall in a different category. They'd be like regional podcasts or bigger podcasts or whatever. And those individuals can then provide their constituents, let's say, a pathway to the White House press office. If you had a question, John, from Badlands Media, you could send your set of questions to your representative, and that representative could make sure that your questions were answered, because that's one of the jobs of the press office, is to answer questions from the briefing room. And this White House has been pretty good at that. The Biden White House was terrible. The Biden White House was terrible at answering any questions. This White House is a little more organized. That said, everyone's walking into new territory, and everyone's having to kind of be very cautious about how they do this. I don't think the whole one new media seat for the briefing room is quite cutting it in terms of shaking up the room. But they're doing this one step at a time, and that's their prerogative. Because again, as I have said before, this briefing room it exists and it allows people in at the grace of the press office and the administration in power. And that's how it should be.